Hello everyone, and welcome to another round of the Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins Randomizer Tournament. My name is Typo. This is the first match of Season 6, and our two racers today are Beast Frisian and Oh Dear. This should be a great matchup. This is a 1DF7 seed. For those of you who did not know, we have changed a few things, or more specifically, Slash and Toros and possibly a few other people have changed some things. So the 1DF7 is now the quote-unquote easy seed, and the 3DF7 is the Beast Mode seed. And yes, Beast, good luck to both runners. As you can see, Beast is typing in chat, so this should be a very interesting race. Anyway, these runners will be getting started fairly soon. And I do have a list of everything that occurs during this race, as far as the gravity, the physics, the changing of levels, the auto-scrollers, so I'll be able to use that to my advantage during this broadcast. And for anyone who does not know, this is going to be the first of 3 races that happens today. And we are off. Beast starting his first level here, which is Turtle Zone 1. Normally you have the bunny ears for this. Unfortunately, they do not have the bunny ears, and unfortunately they're Small Mario, which makes this even worse. So you'll see that Beast is going to be taking his time here. Same thing with Deer. Just trying to get around these fish by walking underneath them. Beast just kind of hopping along the top of the water here, taking advantage of that surface tension, grabs that bell. Deer opting to get a few coins, very nice. Always nice to see those coins. Grabs that bell as well. There is a power-up block there for Beast, trying to chase after that mushroom. Has to be careful not to get hit in this little corridor here. Normally the enemies are not positioned too well, so it's very easy to lose a power-up, especially when those sharks are around. Alright, so Beast actually opting to get the bell at the end, so he's going to go for a power-up. Deer going for the invisible block. Unfortunately, it's just money bags. Gets past that shark. Beast getting lucky there and gets a fire flower. Those are now randomized. Before they were not. So that'll give Oh Dear the lead here as he goes into Tree Zone 1, which is Tree Zone 1. However, it's an auto-scroller. So they are limited by the speed at which the game moves forward, unfortunately. You see that Beast did not need to get that power-up, as there was already a fire flower there, but how could he have known that? He's grabbing some coins, as he should be. You should be grabbing all these coins. This is basically the speed at which the game allows you to get the most coins possible, so why not? Alright, taking out some enemies there. We have a kill counter of 8 for Oh Dear, 7 for Beast. There's not really much to say about this. When you're forced into an auto-scroller like something here, nothing is up to the player, really. You just need to wait. Unfortunately, Beast loses 2 power-ups and gets a money bag there, so he's going to have to finish this off as Small Mario unless he finds a power-up somewhere else. Both runners grabbing the bell at the midpoint. You see that Beast lets that frog go down into the water there to continue his life, so appreciate that. At least letting one of these animals survive. And unfortunately, that's just a heart in that hidden block there, so no mushroom or fire flower or bunny ears for Beast there. More of a significant difference in kill count now. 21 for Oh Dear, only 14 for Beast. Alright, so they're both coming to the finish of this level now. Oh dear, the first one through. And we'll see what's in line for Tree Zone 2. And that is Macro Zone 1, so remember, there are 2 exits here. There's the top exit, which requires you to have the Fire Flower. And there is the lower exit, which requires you to just be alive. So, we'll see if Beast is able to get a power-up, namely a Fire Flower, sometime during this level, and he does. So, they both will most likely take the top exit. I'm just guessing, based on their abilities here. We'll see if that's the correct one. Killing these ants here helps with lag reduction a bit, so it's always a good thing to do. Deer getting the midpoint bell. No need for either of these runners to get any power-ups here. There we go. Hitting those 2 blocks. Breaking those 2 blocks with fireballs. Taking those ants down, and Deer is taking the top exit. Will it be the correct one? Drum roll, and it's not. Sorry. So unfortunately, both of our runners taking the wrong exit to start out with. They will have to reset that level, go back down, and do Tree Zone 2, aka Macro Zone 1 again. This time, both runners will be Small Mario. The advantage that Beast has here, he knows there's a Fire Flower right underneath here. And Deer does not know that, but he's taking the chance anyway, and it looks like it's going to pay off for him. So both of these runners will have the Fire Flower again. They do not need it, but it is one of the best power-ups in the game. As there is no raccoon suit in Super Mario Land 2. Alright, Deer trying to get fancy here, I don't blame him. Both runners getting that extra Fire Flower, just for good luck, I guess. We already know which exit they're going to take and which exit is the correct one, so both of these runners will be moving on to the next level, which is a choose-your-own-adventure type of thing. Are they going to take the right path or the left path? Okay, so the right path for Oh Deer, and this is Turtle Zone Special, I think. Actually, I don't know which one is Tree Zone 3 and which one is Tree Zone 4. I think Tree Zone 3 is the one on the right side, yeah. I'm pretty sure. So, you want Fire Mario for this, and they both have Fire Mario for this. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Okay, and Oh Deer switching off to Bunny Ears. Beast switching off to Bunny Ears after breaking those blocks. That was pretty interesting. So he can keep his power up. Alright, so Tree Zone 5 is Turtle Zone 3. One of my favorite levels in the game, and a pretty tough one at that. The one thing I don't hope for here is too many bonefish. Those bonefish are quite annoying. And so far I don't really see any getting in the way. So that's nice. Both runners with adequate power-ups. Beast just loses his, so he may want to get this power-up here. Unfortunately getting a mushroom because he got hit twice. Deer going into the fight here. It is the rat fight. Should be a piece of cake. And indeed it is. Gets up close and personal with the rat and finishes him off for coin number 1. Beast narrowly avoiding that bonefish there, gets into the rat fight, and should be very similar for him here. Keep in mind that the boss, the number of hits on a boss are not randomized in this. They are randomized in the beast mode seed. So all bosses will take the normal number of hits, whether you jump on top of them or you use fireballs or whatever. So Beast getting his first coin. Oh Deer is now in Hippo, which is Pumpkin Zone 2. Looks like normal physics, but Luigi, I guess. Now with Luigi, you get, I think, more height and more forward movement, something like that. It does feel a lot different. Oh dear, unfortunately missing that right there. Missing another pipe. Those, you know, these enemies in these rooms can be a bit of a nuisance, especially since they're randomized and you need to get through pipes, which... maybe someday we'll see randomized pipes. Like, sometimes the entry will be only 1 or 2 pixels, other time it'll be 15 pixels. That would be pretty amazing, but... yeah, I don't want to give Slash any more ideas. So 2 exits here. Oh dear, going for the top exit. Let's see if that's correct. And that is not correct. So both of our runners here going for the top exit. It is a faster one, so it makes sense to just go for it since this is a lottery anyway. So looks like Deer will go back, and we'll see if Beast goes back or goes to Macro Zone. Completely up to him. And he goes back as well. So both of these runners will have to get some power-ups before they head down to that bottom exit, as you need at least to be Large Mario. The second time around, Deer actually getting through those pipes fairly easily, so he keeps his power-up, which is very nice. Goes for the star, which will benefit him in the beginning area of the lower portion of this level. Sadly, he does not keep the star long enough to get through this first little section, which can be annoying if the wrong enemies are here, but this doesn't look too bad, although that umbrella could be quite annoying if you don't have Fire Mario. Deer having Fire Mario doesn't have to worry about that, and Beast will also be Fire Mario, so he won't have to worry about that either. Unfortunately, there was a ghost there, so they're both going to lose their power up at that point, unless they can figure out a way to snake past that guy. Wow, Beast actually getting past that umbrella. That was pretty impressive. Alright, so now Space Zone 1, which is Tree Zone 2, 2 exits once again. This is normal physics, but looks like we're Luigi again. So, yeah, a little bit different, a little bit faster. If you know your Luigi physics well, then you'll probably get through this level quicker than you normally would as Mario. You're grabbing the bell. Power up there is simply just a heart. Oh, goes for the invisible one. Jeez, I haven't seen that too often. Gets the fire flowers, so that's a good choice. Using the cowfish. Oh, I think he was trying to use the cowfish too. Okay, he's gonna try for the super jump. Very nice. Very nicely executed. Top exit, will it be the correct one? No. So, both runners having very bad luck so far. I think they're both gonna be 0 for 3 here. Luckily, the level here is the shortest in the game, so always nice to get one of those. Beast chooses to reset it. Oh dear just goes through it to keep his power up. So that makes these runners just about tied, but Oh dear already having a power up won't really benefit him too much in this level, because we already know where the power-ups are. So, shouldn't be too different. Alright, I'd just like to give a shout out to our sponsor here, the Hotu bird, one of the rare species of owls that look extremely cartoonish. For all your needs of cartoonish owls, please check out the Hotu bird. As we continue through this level, looks like Oh dear has to go and get that power up over there. Beast already has the fire flower. So he's going to head directly down and take the bottom exit, as we know that's the correct one. Alright, so Oh dear going on to the final area of Space Zone. Space Zone 2 is Pumpkin Zone 4. A fun little level. Not really too much to worry about, except for lag. Deer does lose his power-up. Looks like Beast also lost his power-up, so We'll see if they can get a fire flower or maybe bunny ears at some point. Jumping across these little cement block things with ease, and they move on to the witch boss. Alright, so which direction will a witch spawn in? So far we have a left, and a right for beast, and a left for oh dear. So left right for beast, and left right for oh dear, I think. I've already confused myself. Still, though, extremely close race by these two. Both getting their second coin around the 14-minute mark. 14 minutes and 25 seconds or so. Alright, so continuing on to Macro Zone, where everything is larger than life. Macro Zone 1 looks like we have Submarine from Turtle Zone. And it looks like we also have Moon Physics. So that's pretty impressive as well. Beast goes straight into that enemy as he didn't feel like continuing his life. But luckily he does have 9 other lives. Alright, so Deer unfortunately gets hit by that bullet bill. Which is okay. Just makes this a little bit more even, since it looks like Beast has taken a second death there. Now, the big thing about Moon Physics is they kind of screw you up. So, yeah. This level is not as you would normally play it in a normal, glitchless seed. Yeah, the unfortunate side effect of bullet bills that are not spawning directly from their home is they're invisible until they actually start moving forward. Oh, so we do have ice physics as well, as you can see. This is a pretty tough area right here. Oh, Deer gets through it. Very nice. Beast unfortunately taking another death. Deer just needs to avoid the shark. And one more bullet bill, and I think we should be good. Takes it easy underneath that, that very spiky dude. And Deer didn't take the correct exit, but you know what? It really doesn't matter that much, because we're in Macro Zone. The unfortunate part is he got an auto-scroller, so it's going to be kind of slow here. A little bit slow going. Alright, so Beast heading into the gauntlet once again. Needs to get past this little area right here, but unfortunately gets hit by the bullet bill another time. Deer ducking under and letting the screen push him forward. Beast going for the block over here, which could be something nice. We'll see. Looks like, yep, it's a fire flower. Not too shabby. Alright, so what will Beast decide to do here? Is the question. Is he going to continue to the right side? Or is he just going to get hit again? Oh yeah, that's right, you can do that. I totally forgot. So as larger Mario here, I don't think he'll have much of an issue moving through here. Meanwhile, Deer is just in a fast bonus level. And after this will be Macro Zone 4. Yeah, the nice thing about ice physics is you can slide through that. Alright, so Macro Zone 4 ends up being Mario Zone 4. Normal physics, normal Mario. Not Mario dressed up as Luigi or anything. Or Luigi masquerading as Mario, I don't really know which one it is. Beast taking the wrong exit as well. So both of our runners are 0 for 4 for correct exits so far. Nice little move there by Oh Dear. Does not want that onion down there. Oh, sorry, it's a carrot. Apologize. Does not want that carrot down there, so he scoots back out, and he'll be at the boss. The boss here is Tatanga. With fireballs, it's pretty easy. And Tatanga cries his way to a fast death. So that's boss number 3 down for Oh Dear, and his 3rd coin is coming up. Beast just needs to get through this auto-scroller, and then on to the next level. So he's about a level and a half behind at this point. We'll see if that'll affect him, how he'll do in the next coming levels and zones. Okay, so on to Pumpkin Zone. For the first level in Pumpkin Zone, we have Macro Zone 2. Yeah. A lot of pots with flowers coming out of them. Fortunately, the flowers in this game are fairly lethal. Be snaking his way through this bonus level. Yeah, so he was a little bit more, he's more like 2.5 levels behind, I guess. Oh Dear, cautiously making his way around that one piranha plant. Grabs the midpoint bell. Beast making his way up these steps, which can be a bit annoying because you can't do them as you would normally do them because of the differences in enemies. Grabs that bell and continues onward. Some ants with jobs, their jobs being getting stuck in midair. Deer takes care of them pretty quickly and moves on to Pumpkin Zone 2, which is the hippo level as an auto-scroller, unfortunately. So, once again, 2 exits. And Beast finishing off Tatanga here with the bunny ears. Just 3 hits and easy fight. So yeah, I mean, there's absolutely nothing to say about this level. He is just gonna float there. And he may see a few flying fishes, but there's really just clouds and Mario in a bubble, and that's it. Takes care of those 2 fishes. Meanwhile, Beast going through Macro Zone 2 level. He has bunny ears, so he can fly across this first portion. Unfortunately, the next portion is underwater, so he cannot do the same. Deer cautiously examining that second flying fish before taking him or her out. Some more clouds and some question blocks to represent Deer's questionable life choices. He's moving forward, taking care of that ant. Also, graciously taking care of that ant that was stuck in the corner. Thank you, Beast. Imagine spending your entire life just walking back and forth in one place. Leaves the other guy, though. So Oh Dear just got the bunny ears there. For this level, there are 2 exits. And the top exit, you do need the bunny ears to get to, so that is an advantage for him as long as it's the correct exit. Also, Deer did get his first correct exit, so congratulations for winning that lottery. Makes it easily over these blocks and these ghosts. And he'll be taking the top exit. Let's see what kind of luck Wario gives him. Does Wario oversee everything? Does he control the luck in this game? I don't know. It might be true. So he gets another correct exit. Very nice. So 2 correct exits in a row. And now we are in the Star Song level, without the Star Song. Beast just kind of hanging out, not doing much. Have to take out some of these fish here. Nope, doesn't even bother. Both of these runners just suspended in midair. I've never seen anything like it. Deer having to do just about nothing, Beast having to do just about nothing. The unfortunate side effect of having these kind of physics in an auto-scroller. Alright, so Beast finishes that level, takes the bottom exit, so he is going to unfortunately get an incorrect exit and continue his streak, which is now 0 for 5. Unfortunately, that's going to be an even bigger setback for him. The worst part about it is he needs to go through the entire auto-scroller again, which is extremely slow. Oh dear, having some fun with these moving stars. Beast once again floating in midair. I mean, you know, when you're in a level like this, it just gives you a lot of time to think about just about anything, I guess. Think about your favorite song. Think about your favorite video game. Think about bills you have to pay. Oh, unfortunately, a moving star there where Oh Dear wanted there to be something else, so he does lose his power-up, but there's a fire flower right there for him, so no big deal at all. Alright, so the octopus boss gets the fire flower right before the pipe, so a very simple boss fight, and Oh Dear gets coin number 4. Coin number 4 disappears into the abyss, but I can guarantee that it's actually there. Okay, so Deer going on to his 5th zone here. This is Mario Zone. Looks like Mario Zone 1 is Mario Zone 2, which is okay. It's a little bit randomized. Beast choosing to actually go for a power-up here. No, opts out of it, so that's also fine. He'll be going into Pumpkin Zone something. One of the Pumpkin Zones. Pumpkin Zone 3, right? Yeah, 3. Gets his bunny ears, so he can take the top exit, which is the correct exit, as we all know now, which will end his streak of bad exits. Deer grabbing onto a carrot there, so he'll be able to glide over this area just like Spider-Man would. That doesn't make any sense. Spider-Man doesn't have bunny ears. Beast unfortunately losing his power-up. Oh no, making me look like I caused that. So unfortunately Beast will be taking the bottom exit and continuing his streak to 0 for 6. Oh dear, definitely jumping past that first big bee, but unfortunately gets hit by another enemy on his way out. Beast gonna grab that carrot while Oh Dear takes an unfortunate death to one of the spiky grubs. Those spiky grubs are pretty pissed off. Gets a 1-up there. I'm sure that's not what he wanted. He already has 14 lives. Alright, so Beast just needs to glide over these few enemies. That was really close on that. Oh man. Okay. Nice little backwards. Wow. This is impressive stuff. I didn't think you could do something kind of like parkour in Super Mario Land 2, but I don't know, Beast just put on a show for us. Alright, so oh dear. Coming into the last room here. And there we go. He is now going to go to Mario Zone 3, which is Tree Zone Special with Moon Physics. Tree Zone Special is just a bunch of turtles. That's it. Just turtles everywhere. Beast on the star level that everyone loves the song from, but not much for him to do. He's just gonna float around for a bit. Alright, Deer getting a nice power up there to help push his way through the never-ending herd of turtles. Unfortunately, I think he's gonna run out just as he gets to the point where he needs it. And finishes off that level. No issues, as expected. Okay, so Mario Zone 4, which ends up being the book level with the big books from Macro Zone. If you're wondering why the books are large, it's because it's called Macro Zone. Gets another star. So, nice streak of stars here for Oh Dear. I wish I could commentate on what Beast is doing, but he's still just floating in midair. It's another star, so that's a streak of 3 stars now. This is one of the longest streaks I've seen in my many years of commentating this randomizer. Alright, so the pig fight. Unfortunately, Oh Dear just has the bunny ears, which is not too advantageous for the pig fight. You really do want to have firepower for this, but it looks like he's doing a pretty good job. Just has to stay in midair here for pig number 3. Makes it look easy. Nice fight. Beast doing something similar with the octopus by just floating up and hanging in midair. Takes him down as well, so Oh Dear gets coin number 5, which also ventures into the abyss, and Beast gets coin number 4. So 1 full zone ahead right now is Oh Dear. Yeah, one of the fortunate side effects of having 3 stars in a level like that is you get a lot of extra lives, so if Deer does happen to die 23 times in the castle, it's no big deal. Beast deftly maneuvering through the ball level. And he doesn't have to do much, he can just fly through this. Oh Dear getting through that tree zone level with no real issues, and moving on to what is normally Space Zone 1. So once again, a level with 2 exits, and this has the normal Space Zone 1 physics, which are moon physics. Unfortunately falls down there, but does not take a hit, so that's good. Spryly, yeah. Spryly is a better way of saying it. Can't say depth. I can't say the word. Okay. Beast waiting there to make sure he doesn't get hit by the spiky grub. Oh Dear, unfortunately taking a death, but that gives Beast some time to catch up. Does get hit by Big B number 4, or number 3, I lost count. Oh, Oh Dear's death was intentional. I totally missed that. Yep, it makes sense now. So he takes the intentional deaths. That way, if he takes the wrong exit, he can just spawn back at the midpoint and take the alternate exit. Alright, so top exit, and it's the correct one. So Deer on a streak of good exits now. Oh, man. Okay. Unfortunately, does not get that jump. Let's see if he tries it again. hopping on a Goomba and a bird there. And he'll continue on. He has a set of owls and clouds to help him through this zone. Knowing where all the owls and clouds are makes it a lot easier, as you see him moving pretty fast. Gets the perfect power up here, so he can just float past everything. Almost gets hit by that flying Goomba, but navigates his way around it just by a pixel or two. So the very last boss here before the castle is the bird boss. He just flies up and hits him 3 times while suspending himself in midair, and there we go. Coin number 6 for Oh Dear, while Beast is getting close to coin number 5. Navigating around these books and bookends. Alright, so now we have the castle coming up with 22 lives. I don't know. I honestly don't know how many Oh Dear is gonna need. I'll leave guesses in chat. My guess will be he'll only need 2 of those lives. So that's 1, 2, and 3 on pig number 2 for Beast. And then pig number 3 with the big jump. 1, 2, and 3. And now we are in Castle, and we see that we have space physics. So that is exceptional. The one thing you don't want in Castle is moon physics. That's kind of annoying. Space physics, though, you can just float through everything. So we do have the Star Song as well. Ducks that fireball from the plant, the small plant that is, not the big plant. And he can just float through here. He doesn't need to even use platforms or anything, just you float everywhere. It's great. Alright, so Beast getting a power up there that allows him to go through all these piranha plants. Oh Dear continuing to float through another room of platforms. Beast Frisian getting to his goal there. Moving on to Turtle Zone 2, which is the Space Zone 1. So we saw Deer take the death halfway through. We'll see what Beast decides to do. Maybe just takes a chance and hopes the exit he chooses is the correct one. Oh Dear, taking it easy in this room with these dropping cylindrical spiky things. And onto the mustachioed faces. Fortunately, you can't do spin jumps because of 2 things. 1, he has bunny ears, and 2, the physics don't allow him to. So even though he lost his bunny ears, it doesn't matter, he still can't do the spin jump. For anyone who does not know, spin jumps do kill these guys in 1 shot rather than the 2 that are needed now. Trying to approximate the path of this last guy, and there we go. Oh, yeah, 1 more hit, sorry. There it is. Alright, so Beast going through the level again. As Oh Dear comes into the Wario fight. So this is Wario 1 with space physics, kind of just float around and hope you hit him. And he stayed in place, so that was very nice of Wario to do that. Normally Wario would start running around back and forth, but he kind of just stayed in place and jumped up and down a bit. Alright, so 3 more hits here for Phase 2 of Wario. Unfortunately, when you have physics like this, you don't move upward fast enough sometimes, but if he can suspend himself in the air just like that, he can get past Wario 2. There it is. Grabs that money bag, because he will be needing it after he finishes the game. And here is Wario 3. Just needs to get above him. 1, 2. Oh, misses that second one. But there is number 3. Oh dear, finishing in a somewhat official SRL time of 38:54. I say somewhat official because I have not verified that. I'll take a look later. So yeah, good game to Deer on his victory versus Beast Frisian. Beast navigating his way through Turtle Zone 5 right now. Goes for the power-up in that one block. Very interesting. And I would be willing to invite Oh Deer in for an interview because he is also commentating the next race. How about that? Round of applause for Oh Deer for being the victor and putting in time to commentate the following race. Alright, a third hit on the Bird Boss there, and Beast is done with all 6 zones. We'll get his 6th coin, and we'll head into the castle, which we already know has space physics. Looks like Oh Deer did join me here. How are you doing, Deer?
Very, very well. Thank you.
Looks like a very exhausting run, but still quite good. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, waiting for Beast in the end was the most exhausting part.
Shots fired, I guess. Anything else? Any particular levels that
I mean, now that I saw the race myself, I guess Beast made some untypical mistakes for him, and that made the difference. Together with like the 2 more wrong exits he took.
Yeah, that's true. You guys were so close at the beginning, mostly I think because you all took the same wrong exits, essentially.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Castle was, I guess, as easy as it can be since you had space physics. How do you feel about the Wario fights with space physics, though?
I don't like them. Like,
yeah,
the second half of the castle is just awkward with anything but normal physics.
Yeah, those faces, you obviously the timing is completely different, as well as not being able to do any spin jumps. So that's a big issue.
It's something you could probably practice and find a consistent setup, but nobody does that because it's just funnier if you die in the castle in a rando.
Yeah, much like having ice physics in the castle and trying to stay on those platforms.
I mean, you can kind of work around that.
Yeah.
Enough walls that stop your momentum.
That is
true. You can use to your advantage.
So anything else? I mean, any levels that you felt really good about, that you thought you played brilliantly? Or...
Well, my most brilliant level was definitely the... Which one was it? Was it the Mario boss level? That was the Macro Zone final level with the 3 stars.
Yeah.
Very well executed.
Yeah, that was
keep
quite
the chain
good.
Going.
I was excited about that.
At the time, I didn't even realize that I had 1 chain going because the last chain hadn't run out.
Well, sometimes you're just stuck in the zone and you don't really realize it. But also, Beast had that one level, which was one of the Pumpkin Zone levels, where he did some tricks at the end, which were really, really pretty neat. I think because of the ice physics, he was able to do that. He just kind of slid and then went into the air, and I don't know.
Ice physics tricks are nice.
Yeah. All right, so Beast in the floating mustachioed face room here, and he will try to take down these guys. What is the proper name for these enemies?
Mustachio-faced faces, I think.
Okay, yeah, sounds about right. All right, 2 more hits there. And then 2 more, and yeah, he's on to grab this power-up and face Wario 1. So, in your Wario 1 fight, he kind of just stood in place and jumped, which was really nice.
Yeah, that's rare. It's very rare. usually you're too slow with this kind of physics to reach his throne. TH in English. Why do you have that letter combination? Let's talk about that.
I don't know. I'm actually not one of the people that they consulted about when they created the English language.
Too bad. I never got a hold of the guys who did that.
So Beast unfortunately taking a death there. And that's what we were talking about earlier, how, especially in Wario 1, I think, it's quite annoying trying to get on top of his head when he's racing back and forth like that. And Deer got some pretty good luck in that room.
Yeah, my Wario 1 fight was really just lucky, and it technically is a mistake to just run towards him like I did, because he usually will get away from you that way and jump in a different place.
Yeah.
And then it gets all awkward. But I guess that day, today, just a few minutes ago, I was really lucky.
Alright, so Beast making his way through again. Doesn't really need to worry about much, as we already know. Just taking his time to rest a bit on these platforms.
I'm curious, we've never tested Wario 1 patterns. Maybe that one's on a timer as well.
That's actually very interesting that you say that. And now I'm interested in hearing the results as well.
Yeah, I'm most interested in why I don't know if someone has tested that or not. That's something I should know. Because in the normal speedrun, it doesn't matter at all, because you can get there at full speed.
Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of things that'll come up in the randomizer like that.
For rando, it's super interesting, yeah.
I like this here, getting the star and then going through the spikes. I would have liked it even more if he did it all the way to the last frame. I would have been impressive.
I would love to find out if you can actually kill these falling thwomps. There's just no way in the game to keep the star power into this room.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because about a year ago I did that silly run attempt where I tried to kill everything in the game, and that is just one entity of enemies that I could not kill.
Well, I hate to bring this up and make more work for Slash and Torres and everyone else, but why not change the duration of the stars to something random? And the music is sped up or slowed down based on that.
I guess that's a good idea. Like I always thought about how could you do that? Maybe add another power-up block, but that would be first of all a bit too easy to add another power-up, and probably more coding than just changing the duration. It's a very good idea.
So Beast actually having a pretty good Wario 1 fight there.
Yeah, he gets the normal Wario 1, where he just starts running instead of jumping.
Oh, and unfortunately getting a small jump
option.
there.
Not so sure.
2 and 3, and there we go. So that is Wario 2, and Beast coming down to his final fight, Wario 3. Unfortunately, that's just money bags, so he'll only have one chance of getting a hit here. There's 1. There's 2. Oh, and he gets it. Congratulations to Beast.
GG
finishing
Beast.
In a time of around 47:30, something like that. And if Beast wants to join, he is more than welcome to. Totally up to him.
Yeah, the last person to join has to take over the next commentary.
That's something you could have posed in the chat.
They know no.
Okay.
They heard me.
All right. So it's the rule from now on out. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so it looks like we've switched over to the limbo music, I'll call it. So I don't know. I'll give Beast about 30 seconds just to see if he wants to hop in. If not, I'm actually going to be handing over commentary to you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for commenting that race.
Oh yeah, sure.
You did
everything was met
in the beginning. Yeah.
everything was meant in jest. Both Beast and Odir are much better players at this game than I am, so...
That's not true. You are actually the person who has the fastest completion time of the randomizer in the whole league.
Yes, but that is purely luck, as with Randomizer most of the time. But yeah, thanks for doing the run, and enjoyed commentary. So I'll hop off now, and good luck with the second race.
Thank you. Have a good one.
See ya.
Since I'm here already, I need the restream link. Otherwise, I will be on a bit too much of a delay. And since I have not done this in a long time, I don't remember the restream link.
Producer's note, that's actually live. You will get it shortly. I'm just right now setting up for race 2. Folks at home, stay... Oh.
And while I wait for that...
Yep.
Oh.
Everyone's going to get it. The runners... Chat had to know I'm setting up right now, and I forgot to unmute on the other end, so you didn't hear that.
Ah.
What could I say? The weekend review, we're reviewing some of the processes here, so enjoy this remix while we get things taken care of.
Boo, it's me again. And we have the next matchup here. Match 2 out of 3 for tonight, for round 1 of the 6th season of the Randomizer League for Super Mario Land 2. And our matchup is Rave Tuba versus Loredy Bunnykins. Rave Tuba, a veteran of SML2 randomizers. Has Rave missed? I think he has missed like 1 or 2 seasons, I'm not sure anymore. Lori, on the other hand, is a returnee, has not played in any of the recent leagues, but is coming back to the game now. So let's see if she unlearned anything she had learned in her prior appearances. Yeah, let's just go over again real quick what is randomized in these things. Levels, level interiors, the power-ups you find in levels. The enemies are shuffled around in levels. Levels that have secret exits have those exits swapped or not. You can never know. It's always a lucky game at the end of the level. Yeah, that's pretty much the most important stuff. Level physics can be randomized. And we are off right here. Lori with a little bit of a head start, but we will get that synced up quickly. And we are starting with Mario Zone 1. With, as it looks like, normal Mario physics. Everything normal. So this should not be a problem for either of our runners. Sometimes in this level, the saw blades can get in your way a little bit, because they are enemies you don't usually encounter in your normal path. So if you see them, they're usually in awkward places, and you tend to get hit by them. At the same time, they are very interesting enemies, which have the turtle snipe at the top there for Lori. Wraith either being lucky or being aware of that turtle being able to be there did not get hit. Or maybe I was just looking too late and maybe I missed him getting hit and grabbing the power-up. Wraith having those bunny ears is a very lucky circumstance here, because he can take the shortcut through this level. He can zip right diagonally up. And as Wolfman lets us know, we are back in sync here, so what you see is actually what you get. Our first level with 2 exits, you can see on Wraith's side. That is the side with the awful color scheme. He's really testing us here. Yeah, this is our first level with 2 exits, and our runners will have to make a choice here. I think Wraith is setting up for... yeah, he's setting up for the death abuse with the bell. If you hit a bell and then die on the level, you will respawn at that bell. And that means if you're not sure about which exit you want to take, you want to do that, especially for slow levels, and this level with its moon physics is considered a slow level. That way you can pretty much go for 2 exits from the save point if you choose wrong on your first attempt. But let's see what kind of choice Wraith made here, if the normal exit is the right one. It's the quicker one to go to. It is the right one here. So it's a good decision. But on the other hand, you could say he invested quite a bit of time to set up that bell glitch. It's especially if there's a match that you expect to be close, you kind of want to consider those things in your strategy, whether you go for these bell strats or not. As technically, he invested like 20 seconds to do that. This level is Turtle 1. You really never want to see that while not having bunny ears. Luckily, Wraith found some bunny ears here. But you can see with the placement of the enemies here, it can be very awkward, because there are some enemies in places that you cannot avoid. If you're already small Mario... oh, Lori unfortunately hitting the bell there. Maybe a little bit rusty still, after the long pause. Or maybe it was intentional. Maybe having those 3 more lives puts Lori in a better mental position. In any case, our runners are almost synced up. Wraith is a little bit ahead, like half a level ahead. Being able to hang on to these bunny ears, which make many levels a lot more easy than not having the bunny ears. So, just like in the last seed you saw, there's some life gaining competition here. Lori already at 9 lives here. Oh no! I was about to say Lori fell down in the right spot where you can get back out of, but immediately after falling to the last pit there. 3 out of those 5 pits are traps with appearing blocks on the top. So you want to know what is going on there. So meanwhile, Wraith has made it to the Hippo level, which in this case is Tree Zone 2. Another level with 2 exits. And another level with Moon Physics, so let's see if he does the Death Abuse spell strats here. He does. Good call on, as I said, those slow levels. Oh, did I miss something there? Lori getting hit and not getting hit? It's the problem with having to pay attention to 2 screens and being bad at paying attention in general. Apologies there. Yeah, Lori is having a bit of a rough time here with these enemies. Only being small Mario. Alright, Wraith knowing his exit now on a first failed attempt, choosing the right one this time. And entering the very interesting, always interesting submarine. And important to point out, he's entering it with the bunny ears, which will enable him to reach the gauntlet with a power-up, or in this case with 2 power-ups. Possibly, if you can get past the shaft shark there, he does. It's a very difficult maneuver to not get hit by those sharks in that very tight corridor. And yeah, under normal physics with the bunny ears you can slide through that small gap. It's perfectly showcased from Wraith Tuber. He's taking a bit over carefully here. He can get hit, but maybe he just wants to keep his power up. There's some situations where he just cannot. And right there you see it was a good decision to be careful. Lori finishing up her first boss on the right side. The bird is an easy enemy under pretty much all circumstances. Maybe it can be a bit intimidating if you're small Mario, but even then, if you stand in the very corners of the screen, the bird cannot hit you. So it's not as scary as other bosses, where you don't have those safe spots. Yeah, some safe state shenanigans going on for Lori there. Probably having a split button mapped to a safe state function. So we are hearing the Star Song, and we are seeing the Star Song level on Wraith's side. So everything is right. Our head umpire, Wolfman 2000 in chat, giving his judgment of that safe state instance. We are all good. Race is saved. Or not saved. You can hear the funny thing with these kinds of physics and the bunny ears. So the bunny ears are, if you have jump held, it's pretty much a jump input every frame, which enables you to just keep jumping. If you have normal physics and reach the ground, you will jump on the first frame possible. With this kind of physics combination, it just makes strange sounds because the jump is executed every single frame. So, Wraith reaching the space boss, which is, interestingly enough, the piggies. Like most bosses with space physics, the piggies can be a bit weird, but that is negated here by Wraith having the Fire Flower. Whenever you have the Fire Flower on this boss fight, you don't have too much trouble if you know what you're doing. Which Wraith definitely is. Locking on his second... Oh, while Lori gets hit by that fish. I cannot stress it enough to every new runner of this game. If you're trying to avoid those bony fish, try to go over them and not under them. The hitbox is a bit deceiving. Well, actually, it's a lot. It's very deceiving. The hitbox it extends on the bottom of the sprite, and it's very lenient on the top. Also applies to the regular speedruns. There's one of those that you have to dodge in a tight spot. Always try to go over it. So this seed is lucky in a way, because this level being in this place means you don't have to get the right exit, because in Macro Zone it doesn't really matter for the progress. You can progress with either exit. It's just that the normal exit means... Lori having a hard time in the gauntlet. The normal exit means that you have to play 2 levels instead of 1, but you can still progress. So you can just run to one exit. Okay. Pretty much you can do what Wraith is not doing here. He's trying to keep his power up and being very careful. If it were me, I would just run through to actually the other exit, because it's way faster to get to. But his choice is correct. He takes the path with only one exit, with only one level. And that level is also a short one with no slowdown, physics-wise. So what do I know? So let's see if Lori can get through the gauntlet on this attempt. Trying to go under. Okay, this time it worked out. Also, you cannot go over those middle-placed urchins at all. You have to go under. Nicely dodging there. On the other hand, you can go over these bullet bills. You saw that Lori stuck to her choice there, going for the difficult exit. It's just that much faster to get to, so you usually want to get it out of the way first, before you try going for the far exit. So while not much is happening on Lori's end, Dave is halfway through his next boss level. And he already has a Fire Flower. You always want to have Fire Flowers when you reach boss battles, because all boss fights except one are sped up significantly by having the Fire Flower. So the boss fight he does not want to see here is the witch fight. While the Tatanga fight that he gets is, well, does profit a lot from having the Firefly. He's gonna get risky here. Going that close up to Tatanga, who barely avoids getting hit there. That's one strategy difference between this normal difficulty seed and a possible beast mode seed, where the boss HP is randomized. In that case, that would not have been enough to kill Tatanga if the health would have been higher than it was. So that is 3 bosses down for Rave. Halfway there. While Lori has to be careful here, she's small Mario. Did grab the bell though, so if she should die... Oh, Fire Flower just got away, and this can get a bit tight. Ah, she makes it through. And I pointed it out in the beginning that Lori had picked up a lot of lives. Right now she's back down to 4, so good on her to have picked them up in the beginning. The piggy fight with anything but normal physics is just awkward. It's not that enjoyable. But she makes it through nicely. In my opinion, that's the most difficult boss fight. With either moon physics or space physics. On Rave's side, I think that's the first level. I have a spoiler lock here, but I'm not looking at it at all. I think that's the first time I see Luigi physics here. So with the recent edition of this randomizer, we have Luigi physics on top of the normal Mario physics, as well as ice physics, which we might have seen, but sometimes you don't notice them, because there are levels where just don't slow down, and ice physics would only take effect if you turn around or try to stop. But yeah, Luigi physics let you pretty much jump quicker and higher. Like, you have the same amount of frames that you're airborne, or that you jump up. Tightly dodging that fish on Lori's side. But you can jump a lot higher and you're moving faster with Luigi physics. Now, Lori, you cannot get that star. Oh, well, you can. Like that. Usually you have to come from above to grab that power-up. But yeah, in my opinion, Lori making the right choice here by taking the top exit. Let's see what the 2 levels are. It's a very nice comparison of the 2 strategies or 2 outcomes here. Well, this level isn't exactly a short one, also because there's a lot of lag here, which, well, increases the duration you spend on it. Oof. Luckily, normal difficulty tends to have lots of power-ups. On the left side you see the only boss that I mentioned before, that the only boss fight that does not benefit from having the Fire Flower. Good for Rave, since he doesn't have it. Instead, he was able to keep his bunny ears, which could potentially speed up the next level significantly. And what's Lori's second level here? Well, this one is a short one as well. So the time loss here, resulting from going for the quicker exit in the split up level right away, And then having to play these 2 levels, the time loss to that is not that big here. And more space physics on Wraith's End. You can see him staying on the ground though. That is not just for show, it's actually faster. With these kinds of physics, you move faster on ground if you're going right than if you float right. It's the other way around, moving leftward. It's just the way the game was programmed. Oh no, Rory. Well, she just took the bell, so it's not that big of a setback there. And it's right before this power-up, which we already know is the Fire Flower. I mean, it could have been a mushroom. Some nervous jumping on Laurie's side. Getting me nervous here. Taking another fall. On Wraith's End, you... Oh, yeah. You see a nice auto-scroller. The... Like, our good friend, Ferron Burgundy, has coined this level the Mole, the miscellaneous overworld level. There's not much going on except a lot of Paragoombas and Goombas and blocks that try to squish you if you're not careful. Let's see if Laurie can take advantage of having the Fire Flower here. Goes into the safe spot. No, jump. It's what you don't want to do there. Just wait in the corner. Kind of getting a quick kill though, in the right corner. So that makes the difference between the 2 runners about 1.5 zones now. Almost 2, because Wraith is already on his 5th boss level. And yeah, Laurie having to go through Pumpkin Zone, this can go quickly, but it can also take a long time if you choose the wrong exits. It's the only zone with 2 secret level stages. Wraith is having the perfect setup for this boss fight, again. Oh, that was interesting on Laurie's side. She missed the bubble by going right through it. I don't think I've seen that before. Alright, what do we have on Wraith's side? It is Macro Zone 2, which can be a very fun level. Because the first part and the last part of the level are quick platforming levels. The part in between can be a bit tricky because you have to swim a lot. But you have those funny party ants partying all day. Oh, careful there, Wraithtuber. Having to swim through without a power-up. Nice glitch sound from Laurie. I always like hearing those glitchy sounds. Which probably, we're not exactly sure, but the only normal explanation is that they occur when some of Mario's sounds coincide with a certain note of the soundtrack that is playing at the moment. Laurie is looking for a carrot here, because this is a level with 2 exits again. We already saw that the normal exit is the good one here. So she will be pleased to see that she chose right 2 times in the pumpkin zone. On the left side we see Rave on his last level with 2 exits, and he's also looking for a fire flower. Like, not also, but contrary to Laurie, he is looking for the fire flower and not the carrot. Only finding carrots, though. You can only reach the secret exit on this level while having the fire flower, because you have to break 2 blocks that otherwise are blocking a pipe, and there he finds his fire flower. Yeah, I saw that coming. When that boulder of throwing ant is there, it's just awkward every time. It's so hard to avoid that. Luckily for Rave Tuba, though, like, he definitely was planning to go for the top exit, which would have been the wrong choice. So lucky for him to get hit by that awkwardly placed boulder ant. Meanwhile, Laurie is floating over the witch. It's a bit unfair, the witch cannot hit her there. Poor witch. Ah, yeah, Rafe. I would also take that bell if I was him. Okay, Rafe is nearing his last regular boss fight. Not having a fire flower this time, which can be a little bit tricky, but probably not going to be a problem for him. By process of elimination and having the spoiler log, I already knew is what's going to be the octopus. He still gets hit though. Oh, careful Rafe, careful. Yeah. Gets it in the end. But that's always a bit scary, because those little octopodes, I know the right term, it's octopodes, can hit you even after you've defeated the boss. So fighting the octopus as small Mario can always be a bit scary. So with that, Rave Tuba has collected all the 6 coins that served as keys to the castle, which he now has access to. Let's see what physics and power-ups await us there. In this difficulty, physics and power-ups are, well, and the size of the spike balls here and the size of the fireballs of the plants are the only things that are randomized. In the hard mode, or beast mode, as we usually call it, also the platform heights in 2 of the rooms can be randomized, which is the best feature of the whole randomizer in my opinion. But yeah, we see that the physics are randomized in the castle. We have moon physics here, which makes especially the very last part of the level very awkward. So this race is as clear as the lead of Rave might seem, and without creating artificial suspense here. This can still go either way. Well, obviously it can't, because it has already happened a few days ago, but who knows how it ended. Just saying, you oof. Careful there, Rave. He was not sure what to do with that platform. So getting through the castle, I want to say, is not that difficult with moon physics. The difficult part really comes at the very end, when you have to fight those 3 sets of faces. And Wario, of course. On the right side we see Lori taking a few too many deaths now. It's gonna be hard to catch up like that. Meanwhile, Rave is skillfully dodging those falling thwomps. See how he's performing on these phases. Oh, I did not even see that. Very good planning from Rave Tuba. He planned his kill count so that he would have 99 going in the castle, which enables him to take out the second and third set of those phases very quickly. Oh, careful Rave. Also careful Lori there on the last life. Picking up another life though. A carrot as life insurance for Rave for the second phase of the Wario fight. It's a good strategy, going up on the statue and trying to maneuver over Wario from there. Still not easy, as you can see. You just move so slowly with these moon physics. And Wario has a clear movement advantage in these fights. Second hit, one more time for Rave, and he gets it. Good game, Rave Tuba. Winning his first round match. So that only took him one attempt on the castle, which is pretty good with these physics. Well done. Let's see what happens for Lori now. Still having 2 more bosses to defeat. One of them coming right ahead. What was this boss again? I already forgot. It's the rat. Should have no problem with it. Maybe small problem, but no big problem. Very good still. Quick backup. And one more zone to go for Lori, plus the castle. We saw Lori pause there for a moment, I guess probably congratulating Rave on the win. Nice sportsmanship there. Or sportswomanship. So on this level, you really want to have a fire flower over the bunny ears, especially in this part of the level. Because there's so many things that are swimming in your way, like these awkward cheeps here. Yeah, Lori, remembering that the top path there doesn't lead anywhere. Let's see if she knows the location of the power-up here. Yes. Very good. Game knowledge is very important here. Like, knowing where the power-ups are hidden can save your butt. And we saw on Rave's End that there's a trolley. In a way, it's trolley that the Fire Flower is positioned in the block right before the secret exit. Let's see if Lori gets lucky as well and takes the lucky hit there from the boulder ant. Not even going for the power-up block there. So Lori will take the right exit. Whoops. What? Ah, okay. Just in case. I guess she's gambling for a Fire Flower in case she has to replay the level. That's a good, not a bad choice at least. Even getting any power up there is not bad. Ooh, 2 early hits. That's not how you want to start that level. Welp. That went wrong. Again, this is one of those levels that are... like, all levels are awkward with the physics changed, because you're not used to them. Not used to playing them like this. Usually you know the length of your jumps, and you know when to jump and where the enemies are and how to avoid them. But with these physics and the decreased movement speed, it can get just that tad more difficult, and you just mess up sometimes. It can look silly at times, but trust me, it's not trivial. Juggling that hard, I like that. Nice move. Oof. And some tight dodges. Please take the bell, yes. Two more power-ups coming up. That's a good one. That's the same one. But as we saw, the boss here is not the most difficult one. I should not say that. Probably jinxed Lori in hindsight. First hit, second hit. Okay, I'm not a time-traveling jinxer. Everything is good. So just the castle to go, which is a difficult castle, but I have hope that Lori can pull through. She... Ted is Korean. He doesn't know that. Alright. Laurie having a decent first room. You can elect to just take another hit here. To speed it up a bit, to fasten it up here. To speed up the room a little bit, but especially with these physics, you want to hold onto your power-ups. Because everyone knows how awkward the last part of the castle is. Oh no! Sometimes it's a bit awkward, like the platform on the right and the moving platform on the left are not exactly on the same height. I think there's a difference of 2 pixels, maybe 1 pixel. The visual hitbox, the sprite, it does not coincide with the actual hitbox there. Ooh, almost. So sometimes you think you are already on the left platform and try to jump, but in reality you're still floating over it, which then results in you missing your input completely. The good thing with these I want to call them difficult castles, is that while you're playing them, you learn a lot, because you're repeating the first room over and over. And the next time you get here with these kinds of physics, you're gonna do much better. So at the beginning, you kind of want to make every mistake you can, just to be able to avoid it from there on out. What happened there is exactly another one of those instances. It's just a mistake that it's not intuitive. It's actually just unfair. Jumps are decreased, or jump height is decreased on all of the moving platforms, and also the non-moving platforms in this game. I don't know exactly what the mechanic behind it is, but it's just a fact that you cannot jump as high off the platforms. You can still get a varying jump height or a higher jump height by holding up on the D-pad while doing the jumps, which is completely necessary for the jump Laurie tried there. Ideally, you want to just avoid jumping from those platforms. And in the third room of the castle where Laurie died, you can actually do that. There are always solid platforms in between. And you just want to stick to jumping from them. So right here, jump from the middle. Yeah, just like that. I'm trying to be a bit educational here, because I know new runners are watching, and there are a lot of intricacies that are, as I said, not obvious. Also, again, you can see it here pretty clearly. Walking to the left with moon or space physics is significantly slower than walking to the right, and also significantly slower than... Oh, careful there. Significantly slower than jumping to the left. While it is the other way around for moving right. Wanna stay on the ground there. Like in a randomizer, it's not that important. It's a matter of, well, maybe a few seconds if you do it perfectly versus like the worst case scenario. But still, it's a good thing to know. Yeah, this room is not fun with moon physics. It's doable with space physics because you can just float over the thwomps at the top of the room. But with moon physics, you're pretty much... You have to slow down. You saw Rafe being able to jump over almost every second one of them. It's like the fastest you can do in that room. Careful now, Laurie. Laurie does not have the 99 kills that Rafe had. So she has to take out all of these faces one by one. Takes a death there. And Lori is standing still on the map. I actually don't have the race results here. That might be there. Yeah, a Warioed. See it there. That's a forfeit from Lori, unfortunate, but the loss was sealed at that point, so. Oh, music already. More Star Song. Oh yeah, that was not the worst return for Lori to the Randomizer League. Just getting a set of physics that is really atypical, which always can throw people off. So I have not seen Rave Tuba in chat here, so I guess we cannot have an interview. Well, it's a bit silly to have an interview anyway. Yeah, that's it for this race. The next one coming up will be, let me check. I should know that by heart because what's the next one? Can't find the message. There it is. It's Pianist Man versus Not Typo, whom we heard commentating the last race. So that's it for this one. Have fun with the next one. Not sure if we have our next commentator available already. Otherwise, I guess I could.
I have it.
Oh, Wolfman, right. Wolfman wanted to do it, and it's probably gonna be joined by Ferron at some point.
Actually,
or maybe not.
I don't know. I just saw in chat someone wanted me to cover it, and I said I would have no problem doing it. So
right.
We will see what happens on that one.
Take it away,
folks.
Wolfman.
We just got to get the next one loaded up. A very special thanks to Not Typo and Oh Dear for the earlier commentaries. Now it's time to close things out. We have the final race for Week 1, Season 6. Pianist Man versus Not Typo. I am Wolfman 2000, and I will be guiding you through this round of Mario's Island Vacation Gone Horribly Wrong. As you have probably seen, we have different physics, different gravities, different enemies, different stages. Same deal as before, but in this case, we have a newer runner in Pianist Man up against an experienced runner in Not Typo. So, all we can do is hope for a good race here. And I will reveal already that technically this is a vodcast, so if we see any comments from the runners, then they may have their own thoughts about what is going on during the race. So please do not be alarmed if you see any of the runners in chat. However, it is about time that we get this show on the road. Starting off with, well, at least we have an easy one to work with. This is the Space Zone bonus level, where all you have to do is jump all the way up to that middle part of the stairway, fall down, ignore the power-ups, they're not going to be as useful, and the door is right there. Now, what about Tree Zone? Everyone's going for the same start, and in this case, it's an auto-scroller level. And in this case, it's Tree Zone 1 with a little bit of slowdown. So at the very least, we get a chance to look at the local flora and fauna that are around here. We have drills, we have, well, moles with drill-type noses, frogs with very large tongues, all sorts of imaginative enemies in this game. And that also includes moles that spawn in mid-air. Never understood how that worked, but perhaps they are related to the Monty moles that could do that in Super Mario World. At least if placed incorrectly in a level editor. Power-up, unfortunately, is Moneybags. You may have noticed that the coin counter is 3 digits. That is because you do not get an extra life for 100 coins. Instead, you spend those coins in order to get power-ups or extra lives in effectively a casino area that my good friend Ferron Burgundy calls the Showcase Showdown. I do not know if our runners will take advantage of it. Uh-oh! Pianist Man got caught by the auto-scroll and has to redo that portion over again. Fortunately, did hit the midway bell. So at least second chance here, but uh-oh, caught in the same situation and realizes the problem. Unfortunately, those row of power-ups is a trap. So if you fall down there, unless you can get a good running jump, it's not going to help. Typo moves on to the next one. Our first split level, in this case, Macro Zone 1. And as O'Dear says, you know, if you're new to these races, feel free to make the mistakes that you need to here. Use them to improve. However, the big question here is how quickly will Typo make a mistake if one is made, because this is a split level. There are 2 exits, and the fire flower is needed to reach it. If a mistake is made, it's going to depend on how quickly Not Typo gets back to that position. Now, Pianist Man, I am going to have trouble saying that name, and I apologize in advance. Pianist Man is now in Macro Zone 2. Macro Zone 1, excuse me. Oh, that secret exit I don't think was the intended one. Not Typo ended up in the B level, which I believe is Tree Zone 3 technically. But in this case, Not Typo realized the mistake and is heading back in. However, I don't think the midway bell strategy was used here. On some levels, you may see runners hit the midway bell, then take an intentional death, so that they don't have to revisit the first part of the level ever again. Now, Pianist Man did not have a Fire Flower, and is able to immediately go on. Chose to make a left at the fork, and is now in Pumpkin Zone 1, I believe. However, it looks like this pumpkin has been greased up a little bit. This is ice physics. So if you want to slow down, you're going to have to do so a little bit more carefully. Give yourself a little bit more room. And you should be fine. Don't forget the bell, and that's why you don't want to forget the bell, folks. That may not have been an intentional death, but every little bit helps. Typo has chosen the right fork instead. This is Macro Zone 2. Complete with floating ants and floating Cheep Cheeps. Pianist Man trying to get used to the ice physics, able to get away from the booze. But now dealing with... I don't think that's how you want to greet a vampire there. Ooh, and a Venus flytrap managing to cause problems for Typo, already down to small state, but there is an immediate carrot. Patience is key, and Pianist Man is able to move on. Missed the bell, but that's okay. And so Pianist Man is the first to enter the boss level of Tree Zone. Ooh, and unfortunately the Goomba was causing unintentional problems while trying to get that heart here in Macro Zone 4. Typo has caught up. And there's some of that experience coming into play. As Big Mario, you are able to spin jump by holding down and A, I believe. It may be up and A, it's been a while, but you can bounce off the question blocks and thus immediately get the power up or 1-up and just keep on moving. Roughly 6 seconds or so separating the two runners right now. Both with a Fire Flower. And that lead has shrunk, as we are going to encounter the Rat. Excellent demonstration by both of our runners. And now Pianist Man has a roughly 2-second lead. And thank you, oh dear, for the correction. You just have to hold down in the air to do the spin jump. So now both of our runners are making their way to the hippo that will take them to Space Zone. But apparently Space Zone has come down to the hippo. This is another split-level exit here. And fortunately, the gravity is its vanilla moon gravity, so that'll make things a little bit easier. One exit will take them into Space Zone proper. The other one will send them towards Macro Zone, where they would have to choose either to take out Macro Zone right then and there, or just go to the Hippo and go for it again. Pianist Man hits the midway bell, but is continuing on. Maybe forgetting about how the trick works. Not Typo has gone for the lower path, so is Pianist Man. And both of them were incorrect. And now a divergence. Pianist Man is going to go immediately into Macro Zone, where we have Pumpkin Zone 3, another split level. Maid Walk Herd asks what exactly this race is. Technically, all three of these races have happened, so we are showcasing them all at once. And this is the third of our 3 races for today. Pianist Man hits the midway bell, but unless a death takes place here, I don't think the midway bell strategy is going to work as intended. And unfortunately, we did not get bunny ears, which means we can only take the normal exit out of Pumpkin Zone 3. Is this the correct one? Well, it's not the ideal one, especially if we have to go in a Turtle Zone 1. Not Typo going for the secret path in Space Zone 1. Or, well, yeah, Space Zone 1 by stage, not by location. Gets the secret exit, and now can find out what's inside the Space Zone 1 tile. Looks like Pumpkin Zone 2. Another split level. Ooh, that is a nasty position for Pianist Man, and unfortunately, the fish chose to give a kiss, and the affection is unwanted. Fortunately, the midway bell was hit, so not too far to go. Typo saw the Starman, gets it. Nice maneuvering by Pianist Man. And hopefully the rest of this stage will be easy. There's the familiar ledge, there's the goal sign, and through. Oh, Typo took the wrong path, and it looks like that is the second special stage of Pumpkin Zone 2. In the meantime, Pianist Man is in the miscellaneous overworld level, or as some of us like to call, the mole. And unfortunately, the mole has proven to be surprisingly tricky. Now, funny enough, it looks like this mole level, I think, had different physics. Uh-oh, Pianist Man has to be careful. This is the last life. If Pianist Man gets a game over at any point, all of those 6 golden coins are gone. Which means you have to go through the boss stages once again. gets a carrot. That should help a bit, as Typo is now going for the secret exit of Pumpkin Zone 2. Takes a hit, but is still big enough to break the blocks. And there is a well-timed one-up for Pianist Man, as Typo is now in what looks to be Pumpkin Zone 4. We will have another boss at the end of this. Which one? Going across the cauldrons. Gets a fire flower. That should help. Alright, Pianist Man has gone through and is about to encounter the final level in Macro Zone, which, this looks like Tree Zone 5, but it's another auto-scroller. However, having the bunny ears certainly helps, as Typo is about to make us some fried calamari. Yeah, with the fire flower, the octopus and the rat both go down pretty easily. So now Typo is going to go into Macro Zone. Now, is Typo going to attempt to find bunny ears on this run? Technically, I think going for the normal exit is slightly faster, partially because you don't have to worry about the transition. But in this case, we know that if the secret exit is gotten, then we only have to go through one stage instead of two. And I don't think there were bunny ears in that, so Typo is going to have to go through the same stages that Pianist Man is going through. Oh! Oh, no! Slipped off the edge before getting into the pipe. And Pianist Man is choosing to retreat for now. Hopefully that midway bell was hit. And Pianist Man, I think you were intending to go to the Showcase Showdown. You can't go into Wario's castle yet. There we go. Here is the Showcase Showdown. Wager a number of coins. Oh, going straight for the 201, hoping to get extra lives, and gets a 5-up. And now, possible power-up. Gets 3 lives instead. One more shot. Mushroom. And Maid Woke Herd has confirmed in chat that the midway bell was not hit, so we're taking a very non-traditional path here. We are already entering Turtle Zone, which in this case looks to be the bonus level for Tree Zone. Typo not thrown off by the invisible block, and ooh, nice dive under the Paragoomba. And oh dear in chat, already concerned about Pianist Man's decision to stay in the Showcase Showdown for 3 rounds. Still, it was a quick showing, as we now enter... Ah, the hippo is over here. And away he goes! As Typo is now in the auto-scrolling Tree 5. And, ooh! Bird collided with Pianist Man, but just noticed the second hippo. Hippo, are you going to spout another bubble? Ah, had to scroll it off screen. So, you actually control the height of the bubble by holding the A button down. In order to get the top exit, you have to have the bubble, or you need gravity to play nice. Is this the correct exit, though? No, it is not. So Pianist Man is playing through Macro Zone 3. Maybe wants to keep the Fire Flower, but it may also be possible that he does not know about the abort level trick. As this is a Game Boy game, practically every single Game Boy game actually has a soft reset technique you can use. You just have to press A, B, start, and select at once. And with most games, it will immediately reset. If you ever played Link's Awakening, there is instead a save handler that comes into effect first. In the meantime, on Typo's side, we have the Witch. Looked like one good hit. 2 good hits. And 3. Unfortunately, Pianist Man was unable to keep the power-up, so has to go through Hippo again, and in this case it was a time loss. Fortunately, Pianist Man doesn't know where to go, as Typo is in another auto-scrolling level here. And this one looks to be... I think this is the Macro Zone special level. Alright, Pianist Man has made the correct decision. What will the final Turtle Zone level be? Another auto-scroller. In this case, Turtle Zone 3 is Turtle Zone 3. However, we know that the boss will not be its vanilla boss because we've already seen the octopus, if I remember correctly. So while our runners are going through auto-scrolling chaos and probably cursing out whoever rolled this seed, hint, it was not me, please give our runners a follow, as they are certainly giving us a good race right now. The second to last split level has been found by Typo, and it is the submarine. The submarine is a very special level here. The secret exit is before the midway bell, so most of our runners will attempt to go for it first. Typo is attempting, nice slide, managing to get in there big, so able to take a few hits in what many runners call the gauntlet. And that was a good example of taking a hit there, because I did not see a good way of surviving that. Ooh, and that was a tricky one too, and oh boy, fish, okay, fish had swum high, that's good. Now, is this the correct path? It is. Our final split level is Tree Zone 2, as Pianist Man is now taking on the 3 pigs. Taking a cautious approach, uh-oh. Too cautious, now being chased, there we go. Every hit on the pig will cause them to move faster, but you have 3 pigs to worry about. Straw Pig is down, Wood Pig is next. Oh, I knew what Pianist Man was going for there, but unfortunately you cannot bounce high enough to then land immediately on the pig. So have to go through again. Nice fish dodge. And does Tree Zone 2 have space gravity? I think so. I did not catch that this entire time. So, let's see, which path is Typo going to take here? The secret exit is at least easy to go for with space physics. Just float on up to that pipe right there. Is it correct? It is not correct. So, Mario Zone 1 is going to be skipped. Typo recalling the reset strategy, so diving straight back into Tree Zone 2. Pianist Man trying to be careful with the wood pig. 2 pigs down, now for the brick pig. Accidentally jumped over it. But gets it. That should be 2 coins for Pianist Man and 3 for Typo right now. So in this case, Pianist Man is going to go through Mario Zone next because it's the closest one by proximity. And this looks like the Turtle Zone special level with space physics! No, the power-up is a trap! The spin jump technique that we had talked about previously does not work with... Whoa! Pianist Man, what are you doing here? We already have a new runner, and they are just breaking things here! What is going on here? But... it... works? Question mark? I don't know what to say about that, really. Pianist Man is now in the Mushroom House level, while Not Typo is going through Mario Zone. And encountering the Mama Bird. Well, the Mama Bird was easy to take care of, so 4 coins to 2. So now both of our runners are going to be in Mario Zone. Pianist Man is specifically in Tree Zone 4 right now, while Typo has to... Oh, Typo is actually going to attempt to slide, duck under those blocks. And, oh dear, confirming in chat what was going on Pianist Man's side. So, apparently, Turtle Zone Special does not have a proper ceiling. So, you can go out of bounds, and if you're careful, you can make it work. And now, it's a waiting game. Time to go through Space Zone 2. At this point, we have seen every end-of-level boss that can have a golden coin except for one, Tatanga. Or Tatanga, depending on how you pronounce it. That's who we're going to find at the end of Space Zone 2. There have been a lot of auto-scrollers on this seed. Feels strange to see, actually. However, action has to be done. There we go. Use that space physics, avoid damage. And Typo wasting the extra lives. Then again, maybe he feels confident that he doesn't need it. And with that money bag, able to take an intentional, or at least intended shortcut. And now both runners are in Space Zone. Pianist Man has the midway bell. Typo managing to go through the star. Hitboxes are strange in Space Zone. I mean, just look at that. Went through the star, and the legs weren't even singed. Here's Tatanga, folks. Going for the safety strats. Knows about the stun lock. There we go. Typo may have the golden coin lead, but Pianist Man technically does have a life lead. We will see how well that holds up. Also, is it just me, or have we heard Star Song a lot in this run so far? Did we actually roll an all-Star Song seed? I know it's possible. Pianist Man, ooh, going for some of those coins. Able to get out alive, though, so that's the important part. When it comes to auto-scrollers, deaths are more costly. Typo now going for Tatanga. And, okay, this is not an all-Star Song seed. I must have missed some earlier, and we just had a huge string of them, that's all. Nice Bullet Bill surprise stomp, as Pianist Man is about to go into the gauntlet. As Typo now goes through Tree Zone Special. Ooh. Oh, the Bullet Bill managed to surprise Pianist there. A star had temporarily shown up on Typo's side. Besides the coin counter, there is also an enemy counter in between the coins and time. Once you defeat 100 enemies, a star will immediately drop, and you can use it to defeat a number of enemies. Now it's Typo's turn to go through the hippo. Pianist Man, oh, just at the right distance to prevent the bullet bill from moving. Under the fish, and Gauntlet is cleared. So, as Pianist Man is going through Tree Zone 2, there are a number of levels that I don't think we encountered. I don't think we've seen Pumpkin Zone 1. I don't think we've seen Mario Zone 2. And I don't think we've seen Mario Zone 3. So those are going to be either the other wrong paths, or the correct path in Macro Zone, or the miscellaneous spot in the overworld. There are no lost levels or beta levels in play on this randomizer, at least none yet. If there are any undiscovered levels, I would like to see them, though. Typo going through the hippo again. Nice bounce off the bird there. Maintaining effectively P speed, even though this is not the same game. Oh, the Gordo managed to pop the bubble. But in this case, it will not matter because the bottom path is the necessary one. Unfortunately, slow scrolling Turtle Zone is not going to be very friendly. And, ooh, wrong exit for Pianist Man. As we are seeing a playthrough of a bonus level. It may be possible that Pianist Man does not know the reset trick, and I will mention it again. Hold down A, B, start, and select at the same time, and you can reset your game immediately. If you are on a bonus level when you do that, you will immediately be sent back to the split path level. And the reason for that, I don't know the full technical reasons, but there is an interesting trait with bonus levels. If you were to die, you would immediately be sent back. So I believe the reset effectively treats Mario as if a death was taken, but it doesn't actually take away a life. Oh dear, in chat can probably correct me on that. Now, unlike the last time, Pianist was able to keep a Fire Flower through, so one advantage of playing through the bonus stages is you can keep your power up. And oh! Typo was frames away from getting damaged because you can't go into the boss pipe until the scrolling has stopped. But with the bunny ears, easier to take out the pigs. Unfortunately, could not get the super hover at the top of the brick house, but does not need it. That is all 6 golden coins for Typo. And Pianist Man is able to go through the alternate main path thanks to the space physics. As we are now entering Wario's castle. And, ooh, is that ice physics I'm seeing? We may have a slippery Wario's Castle here, folks. Which means precision platforming is paramount. Mario's 4 for Pianist Man right now. So I do believe we will see. Ooh! Well, I just barely missed a death on Typo's side, as Pianist Man is about to take on the bird. And, oh dear, our resident tester for this randomizer, I believe, if not also part-time contributor and volunteer, is confirming that this is perhaps one of the worst seats to be introduced to for a race. But now, Pianist Man has 4 coins. Has to go back to Macro Zone and has to finish Space Zone. And uh-oh, Typo's in trouble. Typo's in trouble. There's no way out. You cannot hover upwards. Slipped off the platform. Ice physics do not make this easy. And having the Tree Zone boss level be an auto-scroller does not help. Ooh, Typo falls again. And, ooh, Pianist Man also slips. The one bit of mercy with Wario's Castle is you immediately get a carrot. However, this first power-up, well, as long as it's a mushroom, then you can get it relatively easily in Tree Zone, but you have to be very careful. Oh, Typo, be careful, keep the hovering up. Ooh, managed to get the boost up, barely. But now, timing the landing here, gets it. Pianist Man has hit the midway bell. Does not recall that you can spin jump on the blocks. Again, remember, Pianist Man is a newer runner here, so please give him plenty of props for going for this. Ooh, unexpected Paragoomba hug there. And unfortunately, could not do a shoulder bash, not Wario. Unable to hit that power-up block. As Typo is going after the Faces of Evil right now. Two rooms down, 1 to go. It is now time for Wario himself. First phase down. Just notice the Fire Flower taking it for the extra hits. As Wario now dons some bunny ears himself. Gets aligned, not exactly on the statue, but it does not matter. Phase 2 is down. Final power-up is a moneybags, not useful. Fire versus fire. 1, 2, 3! Typo finishes with a not exactly official time, but close enough for our purposes, 43 minutes, 39 seconds. Get your GGs out in chat. Pianist Man is now going after the witch. Being extremely careful. Nicely done. One more coin remains for Pianist Man, and we have to go back to the hippo. I said back to the hippo! Folks, this is perhaps the rare occasion where you will ever see the miscellaneous tile chosen. Welcome to Mario Zone 3. And, like almost everything else, this is an auto-scroller. Tried to get through, but unfortunately could not. So back to the showcase showdown we go. Fire flower should do. But for some reason, Pianist Man wants to go through this. Now, the miscellaneous overworld level is just a level that contains a single exit. It does not unlock anything. To my knowledge, I don't even know why the level exists. I think that's why it's called the miscellaneous overworld level. And no, you cannot use that platform. It'll go too slow. And no, the scrolling gets him now. So back to the casino we go. Fire flower in hand. Will we see a return to the location-based mole? We do. Oh, that heart is not going to be helpful. Alright, at the very least, we're past the previous death spots, so we have that. Oh! The spikes got him. And enough is enough. Back to Space Zone we go. If I recall correctly, we have to take the secret exit in order to actually go into Space Zone proper. Seize the carrot. We may not be able to hover well with moon physics, but the extra damage will certainly help. Now, where... Okay. We don't have to worry about that path there. Uh-oh. Spikes. Fortunately, Midway Bell right there, and also fortunately, knows the general path to the secret exit. Once again, we need to be precise with our platforming. Follow the coins, and you will make it. But now, the platforms are just one tile long. One blind jump, and there we go. Final split level for Pianist Man. Pumpkin Zone 2. Now, based off of that life count, I am concerned. If we have too many deaths here, then Pianist Man is going to be forced to decide whether he wants to leave Space Zone and come back, which means having to replay Space Zone 1, or just take a chance and play on. Has to take this part very carefully. Fortunately gets a Fire Flower. Most likely did not see the star. There we go, but it's too late. We're moving on. And I think Pianist Man is taking the normal exit, but I don't think this was the right one. No, it was not. The moon is upset. And there is Pumpkin Zone Special 2. Nice shell trick, though. And once again, wants to keep the power-ups right now. I don't blame him one bit. And, oh, tried to go into the bottom path, but unfortunately was unable to. Loss of life. And loss of another life, thanks to that unexpected fireball. I meant to say loss of power-up, but Pianist Man has to be extremely careful now. One extra life to spare right now. Knows which path he has to take. Not even going for the Midway Bell. Having that Fire Flower will help. You get 2 chances to spin jump the blocks guarding the secret exit. And down he goes. How's the enemy set here? I forgot. Flying cheap, not a problem. Strange demon thing, not a problem. Which means time to go back to Pumpkin Zone 4. In this case, the octopus will be his last boss, because we've already encountered everything else. very careful here. Some of those pipes are one way. The octopus is in sight. And in this case, a combination of fireballs and stumps will do. Now, if I was Pianist Man, I would go back to that casino. One spare life right now. But no, immediately going on. Saw the carrot, immediately picks it up. Fireballs will not work on Wario, at least not that I've seen. Uh-oh. Okay, landed safely, but had to lose the ears. But then slipped between the piranha plants. And now heading back. Can go to the 200 spot to get some extra lives. However, there is a bird that can prevent it. 5 lives, that'll do. And that's all he's going for. So here is hoping for a good run. Again, I have not seen any soft resets, so I'm presuming either he doesn't know or doesn't want to use it. In that case, we have all the possible lives we're likely going to get here. If a game over takes place, then that means all of those golden coins will be gone. Smartly taking things easy, going up the first stairwell. Not even checking if the power-up contains a heart. Little risky. So far handling... Uh-oh! Slipped! Has to get back up. The tricky part is knowing when you actually go up or not. No, that's too low! Four extra remain. Has to be careful about this one. Okay, manages to duck under just in time. Spike balls are not a problem right now. Stairwell, not a problem. Again, not checking that block. Fortunately, Pianist Man is aware of the ice physics. Oop! I spoke too soon, I apologize! Three extra remain. As before, gets the carrot. This time keeps the momentum through, but has too much jumping in, and then slips off the piranha statue. 2 extra remain. This time making sure he remembers that ice physics are there. Has it covered. Keeps the momentum. Doesn't rush the jump. That's good. Up the stairwell once again. Will we see what's in there? Typo may have, but I had forgotten what was there. Ice physics with this room is very tricky. Fortunately, if you're stuck against a wall and you land, you're not moving anywhere. However, we have to time this just right. Don't go too far too quick. Okay. Same deal as before. Time it right, but you have to go from the other direction. And you're not going to have much time to jump back up. No, too late! One extra life remains. Oh, and the spike ball was right there, preventing the carrot! This is it, folks. Unless Pianist Man knows of the reset trick, this is it. Slows down, that's fine. Just take things nice and slow. Oh no, lost the bunny ears. That is not going to help. Now hits it, and a Starman is not going to help. I forgot that was there, and slips, falls in the lava. There is no reset. The game is over. The coins have flown away. And we officially have a forfeit. Give it up for Pianist Man for putting forth an excellent effort. But in this case, it just proved to be extremely tricky. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you get a chance to learn of some of the nuances when it comes to both the vanilla game and the randomizer, and we look forward to seeing you give a good race for the remaining 2 weeks of this season. At least I believe it's still a 3-week season anyway. Typo, congratulations on your win. Again, please give everyone involved with today a follow here. Because we had 6 runners for today show us what they can do. Beast Frisian, Oh Dear, Rave Tuba, Lori D. Bunnykins, Pianist Man, and Not Typo. Within a few days, we will have the pairings for these runners. They will race on their own again, and we will likely do this same sort of thing next week or the week after, depending on how scheduling works out. I also wish to give one more bits of thanks to Not Typo and Oh Dear for handling commentary duties for the first 2 matches today. I also wish to thank Ferron Burgundy for wanting to step in. But again, someone in chat requested I cover it, so I am required to listen to chat, so... With that in mind, folks, hopefully Season 6 has gone off to a good start for you. And with that in mind, we will see you next time. But beforehand, minor scheduling adjustments here. At 5 o'clock, we now have a new matchup that has been put on the Randomania schedule. Randomania 2 will have a Pentaforce tournament match between Cantaloupe Me and Lori D. Bunnykins. At 6:30 p.m. on Randomania, there will be a new player showcase for Final Fantasy Randomizer. And at 11 p.m. tonight, there will be a finale for one of the battle royales in the Legend of Zelda Randomizer. I don't remember the specific rule set, but my understanding is it may be the Router's Relish, so come by to see Captain Green 7 and Unos XX basically go through a seed that they have had a chance to practice on, and hopefully they will go fast. With that in mind, folks, hope you've enjoyed the show. We will close out with this interesting rendition of the Star Maze and Starlight Zone, as I'm going to sign out. So until next time, this is Wolfman2000 saying, until then, watch out for ice physics. Have a good night, everyone.